I have one of my favorite fighters here. We thought it's been about years since we were just talking. Obviously I took a little break. He's had a couple of fights since then, but we usually talk before every fight. We've got Mr. Michael Shields who's going to be fighting a cage conflict again on an absolutely banging card in an absolutely banging fight, in my opinion. It's fight week. How are you feeling? Thanks for your time taking it so close to the
No
fight as
worries at
well.
all.
How's fight week going for you, bro?
Great, it's just feels like another week. I've had that many fights now, and I've had that many training camps and fight weeks that it's just another week, and just excited for Saturday to go out and perform.
And like that, obviously, you've had so many fights now, so I'd say the likes of the weight cut and this week is so normal for you that it kind of not that and not everything goes to plan, but does you find any issues out that you would have had with either weight or kind of nerves and stuff leading up to? How do you feel coming into it? Is it just excitement to put on that show in the Devonish, which is an absolute belter of a venue?
That's it. Just pure excitement. It just feels right this time. Like I've all the fights before have been just on the lead up to it. I've always been a bit nervous, but this time, obviously, of course, there's still nerves, but it just feels right this time. I just can't wait to go out, and I feel like this time I'm really going to go out and perform and show how much better I've got from my last fight, but how ready I am now to start pushing on and start aiming towards going pro whenever that is. But I imagine it'll be not that many fights left at amateur, so I'm now ready to just start pushing on and prove myself how good I am and prove myself that something that I've known for a while that I'm the best in the country and the best in the UK at featherweight. So I'm just excitement, and obviously it's my home show as well, so that always just makes it a bit more exciting.
Yeah, no, it does, it does. And like that, you're in such a great gym with Fight Academy. We've already seen Paul using and just the amount of talent coming out of it. Young Damien McGuigan is going pro on this
Yeah,
show as well. Someone you would have trained with. How exciting is it for you to see the likes of Paul on stages like that? Jared Burns was going to be fighting Makayev, Damien going pro, and this show is kind of the launching pad for a lot of them going pro. How
yeah.
does that make you feel to be part of FAI and be a big part of the show to showcase your skills to the country and to everyone across Europe?
Well, obviously it's unreal, but it just feels normal. Do you know what I mean? It's not like all this stuff has come out of the blue. Like it's all been like if they'd have told us this a year ago or 2 years ago, it wouldn't have been surprising. Like nothing that's happening now is like surprising with Paul fighting Nurmagomedov or Ger Burns fighting Muhammad Mokaev. But like it's not. It's maybe surprising for people like on the outside going, this is a bit mad, but for all of us, like it's just the times now. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all been we've been working towards it for the past however many years, and so it's not surprising or it's not anything that's come out of the blue. Like it's just been all we've been all been working towards it for a long time. So it's all just starting to fall into place now.
Yeah, no, 100% like that. I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, just
Yeah,
people
no,
who
no, no. Yeah, yeah,
might
yeah.
not, yeah, and I know your words when I say that, but people outside the sport might be like, where, but we've known Fight Academy for the past couple of years, have just been absolutely churning out champions and champions, champions. And even at like your novice levels and stuff, I've watched some of your novice fighters. When you look at their skill sets compared to when you started novice, can you see the evolution? Are they getting better and better as the generations come through?
Oh, definitely. Like some of the people that are my age now, if they had fought me at the time, so like what's the best way of putting it? What I was doing to people whenever I was 16, like the performance I was putting on against them, they would be putting them type of performances on against me, like the same type of level of performances. So it's just all credit to their coaches as well, and like just the evolution of like how much better everybody's getting in the coaching staff, and just just in general, just everyone's getting so good.
Yeah, and like I said, you've had two fights since we last talked, and you get better and better every fight. When you obviously you get to showcase what you've done, do you notice those changes kind of in the training room as during training camps or during the sessions, or do you only notice it when it comes to the live kind of competition, or do you notice that kind of as it's happening when you're getting different moves or you're getting different positions,
Yeah.
or is it when do you really notice when you're put to the test in a live competition because it's more intense?
Well, it's funny. You kind of just like, well, for me anyway. Like, guess maybe not everyone's not like us, but every so often you go through periods of like you feel like you're getting worse, but through them periods of like you feel like you're actually getting worse, it's just you improving. And then once you get out of them periods, you can look back from maybe like 6 months ago and go, I'm so much better than what I was in. But for fights now, like I swear to God, like I have not. performed that like maybe my last fight I did, but like I haven't performed like even half as what I do in the gym. Like I know that's pretty common, but like I think 90% of the fights I've had, like if you're one of my opponents watching it, like I'm just hoping and I know for a fact this is the one where I'm gonna come away going, that's how good I am. Because there's been a lot of fights where I've came away and I'm just like even wins and losses, like even whenever I've won belts, fought Jerry Apollo, fought Julian Renew, I came away going like that was shit. Like I'm so much better than what I have performed in like a lot of recent wins and losses. So I just know for a fact this is going to be the one where I come away and I'm like, that is how good I am. They just really put my name on the map now. Like to just start pushing on and like most of my fights look like they're close, but like I'm coming away going, I'm so much better than these, and I'm just not performing as well in the cage as what I know I can. So this is going to be the one where I really prove it to myself.
I found something very interesting about what you said there is you look at your wins because a lot of people say you win or you learn, yeah?
Yeah,
And a lot of people will only kind of look for faults in losses. It sounds like you actively, and I think that's the right way because no matter who you are, very rarely is there flawless performances in MMA. I can think of maybe one or two: Cody Garbrandt versus Dominic Cruz, Conor McGregor
yeah.
versus Alvarez, maybe in those fights. But there's always things you can work on. Is that just a mindset thing, or is this like? Because a lot of fighters I talk to go, oh yeah, I look at the losses, but what has made you look at the wins? Is it just the constant of wanting to get better, whether you win or lose? There's always room to get better.
Well, that's it. You're always going to like. I think you have to be a bit delusional to look at some of your wins and go like. Some people look at their wins not the same way as what they would look at losses. Like some of the wins I've had, I've come out and I've been so annoyed at how I've performed, and that's just because I know I can do a lot better. And I guess it's a good mindset to have as well because it'll only make you better having that mindset with the wins and the losses. But uh, get back to the point, it's kind of just I just know I'm better than what I've performed. Um, Even though I've had plenty of good wins, and obviously it's not like taking it away from any of the people that have fought, saying like I'm just like which well I am so much better than the people that have fought, but I've just been making the fights look a lot closer than what they need to be.
You know, I like that attitude because I'd be the same in different aspects of life. If I look at what can I do better, even if I'm doing well at it, whether it's a job or this, because if you're doing well and you think, oh yeah, I'm doing well, you just stay stagnant and you stay the same, and then everyone will eventually
Yeah,
outpass you. And like that, you fought really, really good people. You're fighting someone that's really impressed me. He came into amateur, I think he went 1-5 or 1-4 or something, and then he went on a bit of a roll. Um, how are you looking forward to fighting your opponent? Because like that, he did have a rough start, but he's kind of shown that that rough start has kind of made him a better fighter.
yeah. Well, that's it. I had a bit of a rough start, but like I have a lot of respect for Jordan's skills. Like, but um, look, it's another test. Uh, it's a different style again. Um, he's I obviously have a lot of respect for his skills and stuff, and I know what he's going to try to bring to the table. But um, no, I've got a lot of respect for Jared. Like,
Yeah, and like that, because you said you might be coming towards the end of the army, like I said, that's obviously off the Shando and stuff, and we'll see where
yeah.
they are you game planning more now for opponents like this, or are you still just kind of going in and just kind of implementing what you want to do in the fight?
Well, prior I would have obviously like. Well, it's not that I haven't game plan on the ground, but he's going to do. Of course, obviously, I'm not stupid as well. I know what he's going to try. Like, I know that part of the game, but for this one, I'm just going out there to put my game on him, and like that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not going out to try and like almost. I think sometimes if you're very focused on the people that you're fighting, their like style and what you think they're going to do, you kind of bring yourself down to their level. So I'm just going to go out and put my game on him straight away. So
Yeah, because like that, if you're looking at him, you're gonna be worrying about like obviously you have to know the basics of what he does good and where you might be able to find gaps. But I think if you think too much about what he's gonna do, you're taking away from what you actually want to go out and
yeah,
do, and you want to give that performance in front of the home crowd, in front of the Devonish, and like. talk to us about the Devonish. We have spoken about it before, but I just think that's probably one of the best places in the country to have a show. What's it like as a home fighter when your music hits? And by the way, I actually love your music. I actually did go to the show and I did see a fight because the music starts and then it goes into another one. And
Yeah.
what's it like when your music hits and you know it's go time? What's that like?
Ah, it's hard to even put into words, to be honest. Like you would just have to, you would just have to do it, and like it's just a mix of so many emotions. Do you know what I mean? Like you're just standing there, and then you hear your music, and you're about to walk through a door to walk out. It's just the maddest mix of emotions ever. Like you can barely even remember it. There's that much adrenaline going through you. You can really barely remember anything. But it's just a pure mix of like nerves, excitement, like pressure, like even wee bits of like wee bits of doubt and all creep into your head sometimes too, which is just normal. Like that's just the way it is because whenever you care so much about something, all them different mix of emotions are always going to come into your head.
Yeah, and I like that you said that because a lot of people, when people say to me that they're really calm going into fight week, that there's no nerves. For me, if there's something like obviously fighting your life, you want to go pro, you want to be the best in the world, you want to go
Yeah,
UC and be UC champion or wherever it is. If you're not getting nerves before you go out to perform, I think you're either too chill or it probably doesn't mean maybe as much
yeah.
as you say. Does that would just be my opinion. People can debate me on that and I could be wrong, but
No, I would think the same. To be honest, like I think whenever you care so much about it, like you do just get nervous. Like, well, I do anyway. I know some people who do care so much about it that don't really get nervous. So it just depends on the person. But like, it's not that I get super nervous. I just get them
butterflies, is it?
nerves and stuff because you know how much it means to you, and you know, like one, it means so much to you, and two, it's what obviously it's my future. You know what I mean? So like, it's like anything. It's like amateur obviously doesn't really mean much, but like at the time and in the grand scheme of things, to me, it does. Like I
Yeah,
know
because
people say the record and stuff doesn't matter, but like I think I know it doesn't obviously once you go pro, but like at the current time, it really does. Like nothing matters more, to be honest.
yeah, and I like that as well because a lot of people say like that amateur doesn't mean much or amateur belts don't mean much, and I kind of don't. Not that I don't like it, and I can see their point because for me, like you said, at the time, your next fight is your most important fight all time
Yeah,
because especially in this game, your last kind of what you've done before. You know, people are fickle. What you've done before, people is only as good as your last fight, and right now, like winning or losing, depending on like Ger Ryan, when he went 1-5, he could have turned around and said, like, I'm gone. Do you know, sort of way, and there could
yeah,
be
yeah.
performances and stuff that will do things to you. And this is what's going to mold you into the fighter going pro. You've had so many good fights, you've had close fights, you've had very good wins, you've had losses as well that I think that's maybe shouldn't have been losses, but there's obviously been taken away from them.
Well,
But
that's it as well. Like some people can look at my record and go, "Wow, he's got a bit of a mixed looking record," but people that know that that know my record isn't what it should be. Like I should be 11-4 right now, possibly even 12-3. Like, but obviously it doesn't matter in the grand scheme. It's another one of them things. Like I kind of care about it, but at the same time I don't because like them type of things. Whenever that happens to you, like there was a fight where like I hit the guy a head kick and I slipped in my own blood, and he caught me in a choke. Like all them things will stand by me so much for whenever I do go pro. Even the close fights where I should have won, like fights where I won all 3 rounds. Everyone knew I won the rounds, but I didn't get the win. Like the feeling of that, and like having to deal with that, and fighting the next week after that because of what happened. Like all that stuff will stand by me so much.
yeah, I actually remember that. Yeah, I remember actually coming in because I remember seeing the thing. I do, and it's mad how since I've started, how many fights you've had even, and
Yeah.
it's been great watching you grow as a fighter and as a person, and I can see the maturity, whether it's in the cage or outside the cage, every time I speak to you. But it's a really, really good show this weekend. I won't be there. We've discussed actually before why I'm going to be watching from home. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say before you go, or anyone you want to shout out? It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Just a thank you to all my sponsors for their help for this camp because this has been one of the toughest camps I've done. So without their help, really, none of it is possible. And then just thank you for having me on.
No, absolute pleasure as always. Like I said, I'll be at home watching this a fight. I mean, there's so many good fights, man. You look at that card, and I'm just like, wow, like that's like
No,
It's
it is. It's by far like probably one of the best cards in the regional scene put on the past. Like I was gonna say this year, but even further back than this year, like I can't really remember a card from I started fighting where it's been this stacked.
Yeah, it's there's some I was looking back on some the other day from yours and stuff. And when you look at the fights now, the fighters that fought then, and you look at where they are now, and you go, 3 years ago, obviously they were only 1-2 or 2-1 or whatever, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
man, they actually fought each other on this show, and it's that's what I love about the scene, watching you all grow. Best of skill this weekend. It's been an absolute pleasure, Michael, and I will talk to you after the fight.
Thank you very much.